It's just one thing after another around here, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's just one thing after another around here, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again. Drawing on the deck-in this time.
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of curse breakers has gone missing near Northreach.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to Mark. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins. A curse breaker managed to release a Stolas amid the confusion. This was days ago. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from any of them. I can't help but worry that...
They know the work is dangerous. But I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this, what they escaped, and what we're freeing people from. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've said.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing this.
Thank you, Sid. And the plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie. I can't...
That should be enough to go on. Good girl.
Get me back on my feet, or tear those...
Cole, I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind...
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard anything since...
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have learned of us...
Well, I'm here now. And it looks like you freed the Baron.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect...
You made the right decision.
The goblins...
You have duties to attend to here.
All right. Just follow the path to this, and please...
I won't let that happen.
Thank you.
And don't thank me just yet. They're trying to get into the carriage.
Fire and flame!
Who are you? A friend. Are there any more survivors? Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door, you wouldn't have stood a chance.
Why should we run? One miserable death's no worse than another.
Perhaps. But we're here to give you another choice. Freedom, safety, the life you've been denied.
Sid, I couldn't... You weren't too late then.
This man risked his life to save yours. To give you a...
Fine.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety. After that, it's up to you.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll get everyone back.
Thank you. to find. Enough of those herbs. This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Hopefully this...
It's just one thing after another around
The
here.
Littlands have been up to their old tricks again.
Sid, welcome back. Stolas, if I'd just waited a little longer, I might have been... Or maybe I wouldn't. I keep making the wrong decisions.
Cole and the others got home safely. You made exactly the right decision.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that slaver for months, and then I said, Cole, what kind of leader sends people... I should have urged greater caution, told Cole to be wary, to pull...
We swore the same oath.
It's good to see you safe and well.
With all due respect, we Cursebreakers don't risk our lives because you commanded of us. No one with doubts ever joins our ranks. The agony of removing the brand more than sees to that.
We honor much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never doubted your courage. Only my ability to see it put to good use. Thank you for your faith in me. I'm not sure I deserve it. I sometimes wonder if I might prefer to risk death alongside the others than ask it of them. But I'm a curse breaker. I swore an oath too. I have a role to play, and I must trust that I'm the right one to play it.
You will. In time.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, are you?
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. All yours. All done?
I hope you didn't have too much trouble finding the ammonia.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And more than I was expecting. I dare say the patient won't feel a thing. That is, unless I...
You'll do fine. Tyre trusts you, which means I trust.
Thank you for the kind... I'm sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern one ill-conceived incision, a single slip, and even success means tremendous pain. Days of agony. I became a physiker to help people, not...
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, and yet we never want for volunteers.
Conviction?
They're willing to fight. To give their lives to create a world where people like us can be more than mere possessions. I know your work isn't easy, but neither is going under the knife. Be a shoulder for your patients to lean on. Stay strong for them.
You sound like Tyre. Do you know what she once told me? It's natural for a patient to feel like they're suffering in solitude. And it's a physiker's duty to see that they don't. Thank you for helping me remember that. I won't falter. Not again.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, are you?
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again. Mid's moved into the storeroom. Made a workshop.
You look like you could do with a drink.
Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
What do you reckon Mid's going to make next?
Is it business or pleasure? If you're going to buy something, be quick about it. Finished, are you?
It's all right. See, there's nothing to fear from Kupka.
And what can I do for you? Go on, then. Is that all?
Let's see if this one opens. Could this place really be a fallen ruin?
You could hardly call it a ruin. It's perfect. Like it... How can any of this? This must be what the fallen ruins were like before they fell.
Don't let them get away! Keep your distance, boy.
this make sense to you?
None. Let's find the hooded man and leave.
Joshua have had to run this gauntlet too?
No. At least not that I ever heard about. I imagine the Phoenix would receive a warmer welcome.
Here we go again. Where will we end up this time?
Surrounded by contraptions hell-bent on murdering us, I expect. Could the hooded man really have taken this path?
We won't know until we've followed it all the way to the end. Come on, let's keep looking.
got, boy? Don't let them get away. Keep your distance, boy. Give them all you've got, boy. Get 'em, boy. Not for long, it isn't. With me. Don't let them get away. There. It's down.
This is our chance.
Strength!
Is that some kind of mural?
It's worth a closer look, whatever it is.
Titan!
What the hell was that thing? It wasn't like the others.
It would seem this place holds even more secrets than we thought.
Look out! Give them all you've got.
That's it.
Lights.
Well, that did something.
Lend me your strength!
What have we here?
Another fallen wonder. It all seems to lead to this room.
And look what's in it.
you deny it? Even when the truth's staring right at you. Come on, Clive. Face your fears. escape, eh? It's all right. I'm done running from you. Together, then. It's time to find out who we are, once and for all. Show yourself, Ifrit.
Kids moved into the storeroom.
Well, fuck me. Never thought I'd see the dear Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses came to tea.
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is, as are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tale, which is why I came. To learn the full truth.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people.
I was. Aye.
Then I have questions for you.
Gladly. You there. There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers.
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed, days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waluders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Ah, my favorite pupil. I have the details here. Very good.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. I won't risk any more than I have to.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's purse. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's. And only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be...
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your...
Don't look so worried.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto,
you can count on us.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready.
We shall. I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is. Let's go. Faster!
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
I can walk from here. Ready, go?
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe. Have you lost your way already, my boy? The ruins mark the road to the inn.
You deserve a rest. Well, Clive, looks like you're gonna need a bigger sword. Too slow. its shell.
Who's this blue blood?
Clive.
Sancfordian, dear. No scratches, right? That it? Fine.
Sid's going to find Cooker and finish the job.
Ready, go? Thanks, girl.
So, Lord Cook has finally...
I expect that's why there's so many soldiers in town, to deal with any Imperial reprisals.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stonehair. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance. And I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, we'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then. Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you!
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
You're finished!
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive? What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before, but we do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Cid. Cid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Are you looking for something in particular? Go with Gil. Are you looking for something in particular? An excellent choice. Go with Gilbert.
The gate is closed by order of Lord Kupka. Any attempt to gain passage to Drake's Fang will be punished with arrest and incarceration.
Light it for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer, aren't you?
Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's...
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies.
Thank you. You've been most... Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady?
No.
Well...
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Cid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience, believe you me.
The
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm a long-standing pillar of your community, I believe.
Then you should ask Furder. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually...
Thank you, Kai. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Sweet incense!
Excuse me. Are you Furder?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the Desert Hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around?
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Furder?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent.
You know who I am, so what now? Calling them...
That isn't my decision. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She...
Yes. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
of the twins and beyond.
The finest fabric!
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second.
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man. But enough of the pleasantries. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid.
What trouble? If you're going to give us all...
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. Follow the crystal. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for...
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag...
I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil. You were right, boy. Excuse me.
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light off. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so?
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack.
What can I do for you, soldier?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis. No, just leave, will you?
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
My carpets.
What was all that crashing and banging about before? Some out of town.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you.
Let me treat you. I'm pretty flush these days.
Are you now?
Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part.
All right. I'm sure, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's... And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract... They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could...
So the pearl...
A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of...
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for...
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening poppin'... It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll... I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Of course.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
No use calling Ambrosia now.
Faster!
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And, being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice.
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was... Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's soul. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so...
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against... until you two came. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Of all the... Ugh!
Here, wear this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia Lostelan. Tuisa Achilles.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle.
The little uns have been up to their old
tricks again. Drawing on the decking this time.
Who's this blue blood?
It's back from camp.
Sid's going to find her.
How are you doing? Here you go.
Seen enough?
How may I help you today, Clive? Come again. I may have more for you.
This is no good. I was hoping to get out.
Is it true what I'm hearing? The men of the rock.
My carpet!
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be transported.
You too can live like a lord.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Plates and pots! Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil. Every coin.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what...
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business. The baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cook. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the waters. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces.
All right.
Wonderful. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulphur. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
hanging lantern!
Ah, they've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Walud are allies, and as you've seen, but no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its own.
Not by choice.
And there's more. My man on the inside of... I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you. If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me...
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you're...
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
Be safe. By the flames. That explains the heat. You're finished. Out of the frying pan.
Help me, boy. I'm hurt, Torgal. Help me, boy. To me, boy. Thanks. To me, boy. I'm hurt, Torgal. I'm hurt, Torgal. Help me, boy. I'm hurt, Torgal. Help me, boy. To me, boy. To me, boy. Help me, boy. Thanks, boy. I'm hurt, Torgal. Help me, boy. I'm hurt, Torgal.
Let's cool things down a bit.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out of this.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my...
I wouldn't put it past.
Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm Sava, Master Luber's soon-to-be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make... He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. I don't suppose you have...
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask.
I could give you a... I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been. And that Lubor needs all the cake...
I'd be a fool.
So...
Good question. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be... We need information.
You're right. There's no... Now, who to... There's plenty of folk in Dalamil. There's the butcher, of course. And they're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think.
All right.
Let's hope that someone says something you...
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpets have
The most fragrant herbs and
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
Made from the stoutest...
There he is.
Won't you?
I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Right. It's high time I got back to work with...
Welcome, sir.
A question. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something.
Fair enough. First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy...
So a knife that stays sharp.
Silken softness, like eating a cloud with a crust.
It would make a fine gift for your beloved.
Lights and pots! Bowls and basins!
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
Then see that you stay a little longer next time.
The finest fabrics!
Is it true what I'm hearing? The men of the rock.
You're going to drink my pockets.
I need to drink.
Fucking men of the wrong.
If you can't even fill my cup, you're no use to me. Be gone!
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. Your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
What wax candle? Silver platters, made from the stoutest stoneware.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Take a sniff, good sir.
My carpets have pride of place.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp.
All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he'd know. We must be missing some...
No doubt you're right. I have to make a start soon.
Agreed.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows...
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But a merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metal. I bet she'd know...
The finest...
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia. Be safe.
Who do you think those soldiers were?
So, Lord Cook.
Any luck?
Well, I asked her, but...
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it? Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to...
You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in...
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
Run like the wind.
This is no good.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpet.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Hanging lanterns, keep it up.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs.
Finally, we'll be alone.
Silver platters. Needed.
The juiciest meat from Green's.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the... You and that merchant boat, she's got... Now, time to see if lime... That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's... heavy. Heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll... It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one...
And I was so certain I had it all.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but next question. How much do you think I would charge?
Well, if it took you even a fraction, I would say...
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava. Know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is... just... I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will? What would you do?
I'd do what I always do. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make...
There goes a master.
It looks like congratulations.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle. The spirit of Dalamil had nothing, meaning
You've passed your test. That's all that matters.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest...
I feel good, boy.
I hear you and the Master are working together now. Glad to have you on board.